Hi, guys, this is Mrs. Lamb, and today I am going to talk to you about early explorers. And so the years that we're ultimately going to cover are going to be from 1400 to 1625 approximately. But I'm going to start back a little further than that. I'm going to start with Marco Polo, who actually was a real person, and it is not just a game you play in the swimming pool. He actually was inspired. He wrote a book called Travels, which documented his journey throughout Asia. And during this time period, the cities of Venice, Genoa, and Pisa, which are all in Italy, became centers of the growing trade in goods such as spices, silks, perfumes, and precious stones. And this book, Marco Polo's book, Travels, was something that later inspired Christopher Columbus. So you can see on your screen that the red shows the area that Marco Polo traveled through. And he leaves from Italy and travels through what was then known as the Silk Road, goes to what we now know as China, and then takes a different route home. And this was a very long trip, over 30 years. He obviously stopped and stayed in places for long periods of time. He traveled with his father and with his uncle. Okay, so something that you need to know about this time period is that it's known as the Renaissance, and the word Renaissance means rebirth or renewal. And there was a lot of new interest in old classical Greek and Roman learning. And so this had kind of a revival and spread throughout Europe in the 1400s. And basically, it encouraged Europeans to pursue new ideas, challenges, and set the stage for exploration and discovery. So, the development of large nation states in Western Europe helped spark foreign trade and travel outside the region. The monarchies, which means they're kings and queens, the monarchies of Spain, Portugal, England, and France looked for ways to increase their power and wealth. And so they were trying to find ways to make money. They were trying to find ways to get a hold of spices. They were trying to find ways to get to places in the world that had previously been really difficult to gain access to. Okay, so technology during this time period really does improve. There's better maps available, better navigational instruments such as the astrolabe and the compass. And what they did is they helped navigators to accurately determine direction and location. So you weren't just getting into a ship and going out into the sea and not knowing which way was which. It used to be that people on ships were kind of scared to let land get out of their sight because it would be easy to get lost once all sides kind of look the same if you're out in the middle of the ocean. And so with better equipment, now they're not scared to go further and further away from the shore to where even you can't, maybe you can't even see it at that point if you're out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, for instance. So here is a picture of an astrolabe, which somehow uses different positions of stars and such to let you know what latitude you are at, so that you could find, where in the world that you might be. Larger and sturdier sailing vessels, ships, such as the Caravel, enabled sailors to travel faster and carry more people or cargo, and also more food, so you can go on longer trips. So this is a picture of a caravel, and one thing you'll notice that it is a 3-masted ship. So these poles sticking up are the masts, and it has 3 of them, which means it has a little bit better ability to sail even against the wind. These advances enabled sailors to explore new routes, especially a sea route to Asia. Portugal and Spain began searching for routes to Asia and traveled south to the west coast of Africa. So I am going to stop there with my presentation. Thank you for watching.